Okay.
Thank you.
See.
Alright, so channel 6, make sure you can hear me, Javier, and then Bruce, show me a thumbs up. And back there, James got me. Alright, so we're all good? Perfect. Alright, go ahead, roll both of your windows up, driver's side and passenger side. We're going to head out to the track here very shortly. Alright everyone, let's get that car into manual mode. So pull up on the drive tab, press the M button. This is going to be the same session, so, warm up lap, and then we're going to go through and do 3 laps for each of you, and then we'll finish off with a cool down. So for this last session, let's make sure we're not trying to fight the car. We just want to do what we did last time and try to make it smoother. If we're trying to go gung-ho for our best time at the end of the day, we pretty much all know how that ends up. So not that you can't get a faster time, but it's going to come from a smoother lap safely. So let's go ahead and enter onto the track here. Again, we're starting with a warm-up lap, so let's just take this time to get re-familiarized with the track. We've been out here a few times, but it's still, racetracks are technical, so even by this point there's still some working that has to be done. Let's make sure we shift into 3rd gear and look right before we turn the wheel. I want to be very methodical about that. If we look before we go, we're going to be much more accurate. Then as we're coming out, we hold our steering. We're going to get 4th gear outside here. Straighten up for that left side curb, right side curbing. Then we go to the left one and hit the brakes at the orange. And I slowly release as I go over the crest. Very slow release, and then I wait for the throttle until I'm pointed through the next apex. From there, very slow hands back to the left using the entire curb. And then very slow back to the right using the entire curve. We want to get in line with those skid marks, hit the brakes at the dip, and then 3rd gear. As we're releasing the brakes, we start looking left, and then we release the throttle, let the car turn, and then we can accelerate out of the bowl. We want to keep left a little bit after, that way we can square up to the right with the jump. Going to get 4th gear. We're going to start turning left at the beginning of this curve. We're going to get it all the way to the left side of the track nice and smoothly. We get the brakes firmly, we hold 4th gear, we do not shift until we get to the top. So once I get to the 2nd cone, I roll into the throttle smoothly, bringing us wide. Firm brakes, 3rd gear for 5B, brings that car right back in. You should be able to drive that whole thing with your feet without doing much with the steering wheel. Back to 4th gear, running down the hill. Going to stay to the right after the kink. Going to brake at the curbing into the left for turn 6. We want to cut the corner and then coast for a little bit, then we're going to get back to the brakes, 3rd gear for 7. Now we're going to start your lap after turn 2 here. So 4th gear, brake at the 2, firm it down to 3rd gear, eyes right. We want to get this first curbing, then we're going to coast out to the middle, hold steering, brings us back through 1B, and it's going to be you and me, Javier, for 3 laps. Nice run up 2 there. Remember, firm brakes, downshift before you turn, also visual scanning before you turn. Smooth brake release, really drag it out. Alright, so we got to the inside a little bit early there. Back to 4th gear, right curb, left curb brake. Smooth release over the crest, wait for the throttle. Alright, looking really good right there. Got to work on turn 3 just a little bit. So firm brakes, 3rd gear, eyes left. Remember to drop the throttle completely, let that car turn. Then you can accelerate through the apex once you find it. There we go, nice job. Getting up to fourth gear, smoothly easing off the throttle as we turn, and then I get right to the brake at the first curve, holding it until I'm at the first cone, then I coast and enter acceleration. Firm brakes, third gear. Alright, looking really good right there, Javier. Firm brakes at the beginning of the curve, into the left. Follow that line, cut the corner. Back to the brakes, third gear for 7. Get that curbing where the apex cone is. Nice job. Brake at the 2, downshift to third gear, eyes right. Smooth hands through the corner here. Gonna drag out that brake release. So we turned in a little bit late. Want you to turn a little bit earlier next time and let that car coast. Third gear, looking right. Nice and smooth hands, turn slower, get down to that apex only at the orange cone, then we can accelerate all the way out. A little bit better, nice job. Brake at the orange, drag it out till we're going down the hill, then we can accelerate through. A little bit too close to that white cone, you have to turn too sharp if you go too close to the white cone. So third gear, looking left. Remember to coast, let that car turn, then we can accelerate down the bowl. Nice job, that's your best exit so far, good job. Fourth gear, into the left, smoothly releasing the accelerator, and then firm on the brakes. Very slow brake release through here, very slow roll onto the accelerator. Firm brakes at the blue cone. Alright, nice lap right there. Alright, so we're going to be gathering up right here, so we are going to be downshifting the third gear, and then we're going to pull off to the right side here, Javier. So really good couple laps, the other group's rotating, so we're going to pull off to the side, give them some space, get everyone together. So for the rest of this session here, Javier, I'm going to want you, okay, everyone pull off to the right side here. Javier, I'm going to want you to slow your hands down into turn 3, get a little more precise on that apex. Everywhere else, man, you are nailing it. So if we can slow our hands down into turn 3, it'll keep us wider until we get finally to that apex. So you're all good. Javier, you're going to stay where you are. Bruce and James, you're going to follow me. And then Javier, you're going to get behind James's blue 143. So let's get third gear, turn by the blue turn-in cone. We'll get to the first curbing, then we'll coast through to 1B, and then we'll get a good run up the hill. It's going to be you and me for 3 laps here, Bruce. Alright, smoothly back across to the left. Firm brake, and then down to third gear. I want you to look right before you turn the wheel. Slow your hands down, making sure it gets into that apex only at the curbing. Excellent job. Best line. Fourth gear, right curb, left curb, braking. Smooth release over the crest. Hold your throttle until you're pointed through. Nice job. Really nice. That looks good. Firm brakes, third gear. Look all the way across the bowl. Find your apex. Release the throttle, let the car turn, and then we power through once we're going back down. Alright, so we can use more of that curbing next time, Bruce, but overall good line. Fourth gear, moving to the left. Firm brakes at the curb, and then into the right. I'm only releasing the brakes at the first orange cone, and then I'm rolling into the accelerator. Firm brakes at the blue cone, help that car turn more. The more you use your feet, the less you do. I don't know if that last part got cut off. The more you do with your feet, the less you do with your hands when it comes to cornering. So if we brake more, we don't have to turn as hard. Third gear for 7 here. Follow the dark patch into the apex. Nice job. That looks really good. Solid lap there, Bruce. Fourth gear, braking at the 2. Third gear, and then looking right. Remember to coast from the first cone to the second one. Want to bring it all the way in, and then we can accelerate through 1B. Excellent. Nice job. Get fourth gear on the outside, then we just bring it smoothly back across to the left. Firm brake, and then right before you turn. Really good here last time, so we're just smoothly releasing, bringing it all the way in. That is beautiful. Nice job, Bruce. Fourth gear. Make sure to be a couple feet from the white cone here. We just want to give ourselves some space. Nice. Follow that dark patch over the curb. Firm brakes, third gear. Look across the bowl, find your apex. I want you to turn more. Use the curbing where the tire mark is. It'll get you more in line with the jump. Nice job. That's what we want. Perfect. Turn at the beginning of the curve. the top of turn 5 here. So we're still 4th gear. I only downshift to help the car turn and exit 5B just like that. Alright, really good lap there, Bruce. Keep it to the right from the kink, firm brakes, and then turn up the blue cone, eyes to the left. Want to cut that corner a little bit, back to the brakes for 7, 3rd gear. Alright, Bruce, we got one more lap here. Firm brakes at the 2. Always make sure that nose dives. You want to be in between the nose diving and ABS. You want to be right in the middle there. Nice, that looks really good. Better than last time, Bruce. Nice left line off the corner there. Firm brake. Remember that, get that nose down. And then smoothly turn as you slowly release that brake. Very slowly. Beautiful. You're looking really good in turn 3. That looks really good. Honestly, the whole lap looks really good, but that's the hardest corner, so nice job. Really clean through the chicane, clean, smooth lines. So let's get consistent in the bull here. So I want you to use that exit curbing. So find that apex as you're turning, use the driver window, follow that tire mark over it. Makes you a lot more in line with the jump. Bringing it in to the left, firm brake, and then smooth into the right. Remember, it's all footwork through here. All footwork. Rolling on, back to the brakes nice and firm. That gets us all the way back in there for 5B. Nice. Alright, really good lap there, Bruce. Good few laps, actually. So we are going to rotate you to the back here. So we're going to bring our pace down a bit. And we are going to get to James. So y'all are looking really good. So Bruce, at the first pair of cones, you're going to pull to the right. You're going to let James and Javier pass you. So there's going to be 2 blue cars that pass you. A light one and then the dark car. You're going to get behind the dark blue 29. Let's start 3rd gear here. I want you to practice turning in directly at that blue cone. Get to that first curbing, and then we're going to coast. We're going to get it solid, exit from here, and we'll begin your 3 laps. Alright, nice job, James. Good exit. Front brakes, 3rd gear. Look to your apex before you turn the wheel. Going to bring it in nice and smooth, waiting for that throttle. Alright, a little bit more turning next time, but you're good. Good line. 4th gear, brake it to orange, drag out the release so you're going over the crest. There we go. Nice. We want to use more of that curbing after the white cone. But overall, a good line. 3rd gear, look across the bowl, find your exit. 2nd seam, and then we lift off the throttle. Use that black line on the curb. Alright, so we got to turn the wheel a little more. We'll show you the line next lap. 4th gear. Roll off the throttle as you turn to the left, very smoothly. Back to the brakes firm at the curbing. And then footwork through here. Smooth throttle at the 2nd orange cone. Firm brakes, downshift at the blue. Brings us right in for 5B. Nice job. Keep to the right after the kick. Firm brakes for 6 at the beginning of the curve, and then eyes left. Remember, cut the corner if you can right there. Back to the brakes for 3rd gear. Nice lap there, James. 4th gear, braking at the 2. Down to 3rd gear, and then turn right smoothly as we coast through to 1B. Then we can accelerate right on through. Solid work, looking good. Firm brakes at the cone, 3rd gear. Look early, come up a little bit, slow, but just add that little bit of steering at the end to get on the curve. Much better, a lot closer that time. 4th gear. So I'm going to show you the bull this time, so we're going to go a little bit slower into the bull. So I'm going to not go so fast with the S's here. I want you to get a little close, and we're going to brake 3rd gear, and I'm going to come up to the 2nd seam. From here, I coast, the car's going to turn, and we got to use this curbing. Continue to the left, and then go right to square up with the jump, just like that. It's a lot better. If we use that curbing, we're already more in line with the jump, so that's a lot better for us. Firm brake, bringing it in nice and smooth. Let's turn 5 here. Remember that firm brake. The more brakes we use, the less we have to turn in. Alright, James, so you got one more lap with me. Firm brake, bringing it in to the left, nice and smooth. And throttle through up to 7, brake in 3rd gear. Alright, one more lap. 4th gear, braking at the 2. single downshift, and then remember the coasting through here. We got to get that first curve, coasting, and then accelerate through 1B. Nice job, beautiful line. Smooth back across to the left. Get that third gear. You want to turn the wheel a little more this time, get it all the way into that apex. Wait for the throttle. Alright, so we're a little bit off in turn 3, but that's fine. I want to see the bowl mainly. I want to see you get on that apex at the end of the bowl. That's a lot more important to me. The third gear, look across the bowl once you turn in. Remember to wait for the throttle, let the car turn enough. Use the dark part of the curbing there as a reference. Much better, much better. Front brake, keeping the first gear all the way up through turn 5 here. Rolling onto that throttle to go wide, and then firm brakes. It's all about the firm brakes to get that car into 5B. Alright, really good job there, everybody. We're going to brake, we're going to finish off our lap time here, and then we're going to bring our pace down. So nice job, James. We're going to gather up, get everyone together for a cool down. Really like what I'm seeing with you guys here. We're going to pull off to the right side, get everyone together in the same order. So just go ahead, leave your PDRs going for me. I'm going to come by and check. But yeah, we're just going to pull off to the right side here, get everyone together, and then we'll do a cool down. So everyone off to the right. Excellent. Here we go. So let's get onto the right line here. Everyone go ahead and follow me. We're going to get close to this blue turn-in cone. And just kind of practice your visual scanning. You know, you may not come back here, but there's still concepts we can use elsewhere. Mainly it's going to be with turn 3. Just looking out those side windows if you ever have a tight corner coming up. Also waiting for the throttle is a big one. That's something a lot of people forget about. So one thing, if you're going to take one thing away from this, and if you're just a pure street driver, I would say the most important thing is going to be understanding that turning has to do with your feet as well. The steering wheel tells the car to go left or right, but as you can see, if we're not correct with our feet, we're not going to make the corner. So our hands tell it to go left or right, but our feet determine if we actually make it or not. So you got to make sure you get that car aimed where you want before you get all that 500 horsepower to the ground. And it's very important to make sure that when you do put that power down, you do it smoothly. This car has traction control, very good traction control, but it's just a computer that reacts to what you're doing. It's not perfect. It's not going to stop you from doing the wrong thing. So it's still possible. You know, we felt the car get sideways a little bit. Now, being here a lot, I have seen this particular car go sideways coming out of this launch pad here, and it was nearly unsavable, and that was with everything on. So you always got to make sure that you're still controlling the car well. Those systems are good, but they're not perfect. And they went right off the track. You can actually see the tire marks on the right there. That was someone going off because they did not go straight. So that is important. Making sure if there's ever a part of the road that's unsettling the car, you take it with a straight steering wheel or when you're straightening out the steering wheel. And especially through here, just practice that firm brake and drag it until the car points in. It's more about firm brakes, and then you hold it for a little bit to make the car turn through there. You can't just tap it. The tap won't really do much. It may help you. It's just going to bring your speed down. But we're really using the brakes to make that car turn faster. And so holding that for about half a second to a second is really going to be what gets that nose to dive in faster. But again, y'all are doing really well. I like what I was seeing out there. No red flags. We're going at a pretty solid pace as well. So we can go ahead and turn our left turn signals on. We're going to be exiting the track here. That was the last thing we're going to be doing for the school. But I would consider that to be successful. You guys did very well out there this time. Once you pass the barrier, you can go ahead and turn that blinker off. Yeah, so I am going to do a quick debrief with each of you when we go to the parking spots. You can go ahead and just leave your engine running and keep those windows down for me. We can just roll those down. It just helps with heat and also just airflow. But when we're coming back here, we're going to slow it down to about 10 miles per hour. We're going to leave everything going. But But again, I actually thought that was a really good session. There wasn't much that I actually had to say. It was just some basic things that are easy to forget. And then turn 3 is just not the best, right? It's pretty difficult. That's just for everybody. It's difficult for me sometimes too. If I get into a new car, I'm not used to it. That corner always has something weird about it. But you guys were doing excellent right there. So I think as long as you're getting close, like you're getting your tire right next to the curbing at that apex, that's good for me. If you're getting the tire on the apex, I saw you doing that, Bruce. That was really, really good. It's not easy. So again, props for doing that. It's not easy. That means you're really taking into account the throttle, steer, and looking through the corner before you turn into it. So nice job there. But again, one more reminder, just keep your engines on, PDR on, windows down. I'm going to come by your door here soon, and then we'll head out to the classroom. Thank you. Remember to leave enough space to see the exhaust tips of the car in front of you, please.
How's it going out
That was
here?
awesome, man.
That was
great.
really fun.
Slower second slower than this morning.
Oh, that's okay. But did it still feel smoother, more
yeah.
controlled?
I felt smoother, but I still around 3.
Yep.
I was still turning in too soon.
Yep, it's easy.
Right? And so trying to clip that corner, and I was trying to make it up on the backside.
Oh, yeah. No, but honestly, man, everywhere else you look really good. So nice job on that. Yeah, any other questions?
No, it was fun. I had a great time. Thank you very much. This was awesome, man.
That was a lot of fun, man. I had a great time.
Thank you.
You can go ahead and stop your recording for me.